I go working, God. Give you all the praise. Give you all the glory. You alone deserve it. You put my enemies under my feet. Because I have you, I face no defeat. Higher and higher, I give you the praise and I give you the honor because you're the king. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Yeah, you love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory. You get the honor and everything. Oh, Jehovah, you too kind of. See the things that you done for me. Papa, you too kind of.
The good things that you they do. You just cut on my hand, oh. Baba mi, oh. Oh, the many blessings you bless me. I cannot tell it all. I thank you. You love me personally. See the testimony. You get the glory, Lord. You know. You love me personally. Testimony. You get the glory, Lord. Yeah. Baba, you do it now. Baba, you do it now.
See the testimony. You got the glory. You got the honor and everything. Yeah.
You love me personally. You love me personally. You got the glory, Lord.
Jehovah, you too kind of. Papa, you too kind of. You too kind of.
Begin at tuneslikebeer.com.
She waits on her baby. On some that brighten up my day. I'm in love with you, and girl, won't you stay? If I tell you I'm in love with you, tell me you feel the same. So stay. Baby, oh, you know that I want you, and I will never ever You are the air I breathe, the one for me. My medicine, my only medicine. You are the air I breathe, the one for me. My medicine, my only medicine. God, I love you, baby. Hey, hey, hey. God, I love you, baby. Hey, hey, hey. God bless the day I'm born you, oh. I feel good, I'm around you, oh. Yeah. Baby girl, I love you, I ever know. You stole my heart, but I let it go, yeah. Just to prove my love all the time I lie. If I break your heart, then let me die. Baby, oh, you know that I want you. And I will never ever break your heart, no. Baby, oh, you know that I want you. And I will never ever break your heart, no. I love you, baby. Hey, hey, hey. God, I love you, baby. Hey, hey, hey. All you see is you brought me life. You are my life. You are my love, yeah. When I needed love, you brought me love. You are my love. You are my love, yeah. Baby, oh, you know that I want you. And I will never ever break your heart, though. I love you, baby.
Yeah. D12 on the beat.
One love, yo.
I don't know. Now what think I do, Papa? Why you keep blessing me like this? You favor me like you this. Still keep on protecting me like this. Yeah, you sustaining me like this. I'm so grateful, God. Say, I don't know. Now what think I do, Papa? Why you keep blessing me like this? And you keep favoring me like this. You keep protecting me like this. And you sustaining me like this. Saying, I'm so grateful. Yeah, yeah. You give me plenty money. Too much daughter. Fun cherry. You put food on my table. Clothes on my body. And you share to me. You share to me. So I say, come your blessing. Think they one by one. And you will know what thing the part can do. I'm so thankful, yeah. See, yeah. I'm so grateful, yeah. I used to be cocky on the carry. I didn't have no lyrics. They used to call me for nothing. And sister boy, but thank God you never left me down. No. You always been there for me. So I raise my voice and say, I don't know. Now one thing I do, Papa, why you keep loving me like this? Oh, you favor me like this. You keep on protecting me like this. You sustaining me like this. So I say, I'm so grateful, God. Jehovah Jireh, yeah, my provider. Oh, Jehovah Rapha, yeah, my healer. Oh, Jehovah Shalom, yeah. Oh, my peace of mind. You are my strength, like no other. Oh, you are my song in the storm. I just wanna praise you and praise you. Lift my voice to you, my God. Give you praise, yeah. Say, I don't know. Now what thing I do, Papa? Why you keep on blessing me like say I'm so grateful, grateful God, grateful God. You give me plenty, plenty, plenty money. To my daughter, far cherry. Richmond is red sound. My comforter, miracle walking God, you remain the same. Ancients of day, hey, my comforter, miracle walking God, you remain the same. Awesome God to reign, because everything now you, anything I do now you, everywhere I go now you, even this life I enjoy today, Papa, the job I do now you, the money I get now you, my marriage today now you, hey, now you are the miracle worker, there is no one else like you. Unchangeable daddy, you do whatever you say. All sufficient God, my sufficiency is in you. The I am that I am, oh, nothing impossible unto you. You brighten my day in the morning, smooth my day in the afternoon. You protect me at the night time. Your love is more than enough for me. The love you show me, I can't explain. Every night and day I'm doing mighty things, cause you have given me the ability. Now I can do all things through Christ Jesus. Oh, miracle walking God, you remain the same. Ancients of day, hey, my comforter, miracle walking God, you remain the same.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that Sendwave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTM Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download Sendwave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. Sendwave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening. Another wonderful, bright, and sunny day here. Today is the fourth day. Today is the fourth day of the ninth month of the year 2023. Gradually, we are running into. We are left with 36 more days to the general and presidential election. So, folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to yet another edition of the Costa Morning Show. My name is Buakai Amara Kamara. And I'm here with Darlington Collins. Darlington, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Weah, and good morning to our listeners. It's indeed a pleasure and a great day to be here on this Labor Day presentation of the Costa Show.
So today's Labor Day, so is observed as a national holiday in Liberia, or just a a
No,
day
it's
because
in the US. Labor
let me
Day
say
is a national holiday. Yeah, yeah.
so you home today throughout, or because some people in America they lay like holiday, they can still go to work.
No, today is actually my holiday off to work. But I probably might go into the office to do some work. I got some things to catch up on.
Okay, so
So
we are left with
I might
36 more days to go.
go in later on, maybe about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I was saying we are left with 36 more days to go to the general and presidential election. The countdown is here, and we are moving up now. Yep. So what you see, the the election, the debate is on. A lot of people canvassing, people reaching out to the
The
partisans
debate is
to get
intensifying by
elected.
the day. The debate is intensifying by the day. Yes, and as you already put it, Boyka, 36 more days to elections. The test is right around the corner. So, well, my man Shaq David, man, we practice in the morning. Okay, I will come practice. Yeah, I will come practice this morning. My bougie, I will come practice. Shaq Sako leave me alone about football business. 36 more days to election. He wanted to waste me. Yeah, when they got him, I don't know, Rice. They wasted that Man United defender yesterday, my man.
I tell
My
you,
man, that man career feeling. My man, they waste the guy, my man. I painted the guy condition. I said, wow, the Premier League boys are bad. Wasted the man, just when you open and realize Kobe. But yes, boy, I got 36 more days to elections, and there's a lot of happenings, and you see that the odd is basically against the ruling establishment. Wherever Mr. Weah goes to campaign, his message is for some reason it's not resonating with the people. Boyka, regardless of whatever political side you support in these elections, the fast deterioration of Mr. Weah, how he became so unpopular with the masses, is concerning. That the people too take notice of everything that they see in the country. They see that Mr. Weah is okay. They see that he came to power within less than 6 months. He managed to acquire all of those condominiums. They see that he broke his house on 9th Street. They see that Mr. Weah have never visited them, that he's only visiting them now. So he through Mr. Weah. So I'm not surprised, 36 more days to election, Boyka. The debate can only get tougher by the day. The debate can only get it appears more mind-boggling for the ruling establishment. The ruling establishment got a lot of work on their hands. Work for all of the narratives we see. The microphone independent journalists visiting the different counties, talking to the people in the rural areas. Things don't look too good for Mr. Weah, but we are good about that. And Mr. Weah is seen to be unpopular with the masses of our people. And regardless of who you are, it may be Mr. Weah today, it may be Mr. Boyka tomorrow. When leaders come to power, when people are reminding them about public corruption, about amassing private properties at the expense of the state, they too must take cue and don't think that the people overlay, quote unquote, love them, that the people cannot switch up on them. So you see how the campaign is going? The campaign is in Jubo for the CDC, if you may. The campaign.
Yeah.
It's not campaigning for the CDC. They go to Basra, they can't even pull the masses out in the street. They got to wait, in the 11th hour. It doesn't look good. Even the ANC had a successful, the CPP had a successful program in Basra than what we see from the CDC. The resentment towards the CDC is just clear. They got a lot of work on their hands. Monserrato, as for Monserrato is the battleground. They have lost it. They can't do anything in Monserrato because Mr. Joseph Boyka is seriously coming Monserrato. All of the video footages we are seeing, he goes from one district I think Boyka is back in the country. He has his district tour. He goes from this district to the other district, and he usually come in Moserado County. You know, so Mr. Weah, we want you. People in civil society advise you. Right on the same show.
I think there's a little delay
Why,
this
Boyka?
morning between Darlington and I. Darlington, the president made a statement in Grand Bassa County over the weekend. According to him, they said, I'm reading from the New Dawn newspaper. It said President Weah, I think he need to go and come back because there's a little delay between he and I this morning. So President Josh Manuel Weah has told voters in Grand Bassa County, St. John, that he is not greedy to seek a third term. President Weah spoke to citizens on Saturday, September 2nd, during a campaign stopover in his appeal for a second term mandate come October 10, 2023. So Josh Manuel Weah is saying to the Bazolians that, oh yes, I'm not a greedy man, I'm not a greedy person. All I'm asking you guys to do is to elect me for the second time so I can complete the job that I started. That's what Josh Weah is asking the people of Grand Bassa County to do. According to him, Tarindon, you getting me now?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are good. You are good. So, as I was saying, Darlington, there's
awesome.
There's an article out by the New Dawn newspaper. President Josh Weah has told voters in Grand Bassa County that he's not a greedy man. He will not seek third term, but he's only asking the Bazolian because he made a stopover at the St. John area there in Grand Bassa County, and he said he's asking them to re-elect him come October 10. He will not seek a third term, but he will need to complete the job that he started already in the first term. So he's asking them to elect him for the second term. So where is we are coming from with this third term business? Because nobody know him to be, or nobody know our constitution to be giving people the right to canvass or to contest for a third term. But we is now convincing the people that I'm not a greedy man. You shouldn't be thinking I will go for third term. You're just giving me the second term, and then so I can complete the job that I have started already in Liberia. So that's the statement that President Weah made over the weekend in Grand Bassa County, Darlington. Oh, Darlington gone again. So, and when I hear citizens talking about a one-round victory, I just laugh. When I hear even the UPS talking about a one-round victory, I just laugh. Because the upcoming election, no political party is capable of winning the first round. Yeah. And there will be a second round in the election. It can be the Alexander Cummins, it can be the Tiawan Gongolo, it can be the Joseph Boaka, it can be the Josh Weah. There will be two political parties that will go for a second round. When I look at citizens saying that, oh, we will go for a one-round victory, I ask myself, who are they putting forth that they think that person can just overwhelmingly win a one-round victory? A one-round victory. Josh Weah was referred to as Mr. Clean in 2017. By that time, the people or voters thought that Josh Manuel Weah was that change maker. They thought that Josh Manuel Weah was that savior. They thought, the youthful generation thought that this man was going to be that person that will take off from down the line to bring us to stage 1 or at least stage 2. That's why they overwhelmingly voted for Josh Weah in 2017. Even in 2017, the election went for a second round. By the time Josh Weah, nobody know whether Josh Weah was going to build condominiums for himself. Nobody knew that Josh Weah was going to break a 9-street mansion down and rebuild it. Nobody knew that Josh Weah was going to be flying private jet if he was given the chance to become president. Nobody going to know that Josh Weah is going to lie to the Liberian people that, I will build a new a city called the Bali Island. Nobody know that Josh Weah is going to lie to the Liberian people that, if you elect me, I will do this, I will do that. Now, the Liberian people
Elect me.
already know the type of person Josh Weah is. The Liberian people already know the type of individual and what he's capable of doing. The Liberian people know what Josh Weah stands for. The Liberian people know, the Liberian people have already feel the pinch. They felt the pinch that they went to honor a Weah presidency. The Liberian people know that Weah doesn't mean well for the Liberian people. He was given a chance for the past 6 years. All we saw Weah doing is going to studio recording songs. All we saw Weah doing is flying private jets. All we saw Weah doing is getting involved into nepotism. All we saw Weah and his gang doing was getting involved into corruption, like some top officials of his government got sanctioned by the Americans. All we saw Weah doing is killing people from here and there. All we saw Weah doing is bad governance. Then you think that this man, Josh Weah and his gang, can win a resounding one-round victory? Is that what you guys trying to tell us? I said no. This election will go for a second round. No political party should say that the election will be a 4-round victory for them. Dannington, I guess you've been following from what I've been coming from.
Right. So I don't know where Mr. Weah is coming from with this appeal that he's not greedy and he will not go for a third term. Two things. It's either Mr. Weah is not knowledgeable about what our law provides about the tenure of the office of president, or he has some dictatorial tendency that he could possibly change the constitution and extend a third term mandate. Mr. Weah, where are you coming from with this? You're not going for a third term. Face the Liberian people in 36 days for you to even get re-elected. Go and face the people, whether they want you as president of their country or not. For you to peddle this argument that you are not thinking about contesting your third term is very foolish. And I think the president is not a student of history. Let him look in the sub-region about leaders who have changed the constitution and extended a third term mandate and see what end up with them. Mr. Weah may not even be re-elected from the look of things. Weah, I began the show by telling you how the campaign is looking so bad for Mr. Weah all over the country. The masses don't want to see him. My man, like Josh Weah will go somewhere and people will not be waiting for him. The CDC never used to print of well put together campaign paraphernalia. The CDC, they used to print their own t-shirt, but the masses, people used to carry their own t-shirt.
Yeah.
But now the CDC, they are not only giving t-shirt, they are ordering more berets in different colors because the campaign is getting tough for them by the day. The people in most Colorado County don't want to see them. But I mean, the CDC that you know, they control the state. They are launching their annual January, September 7 rally. Why can't they go to the SKD? The CDC control the state, right? They control the Ministry of Youth and Sports, right? Why can't they take their rally to the SKD to show their strength? They are running beyond the scene ATS that they ran beyond, and they will pay the people money again to come out in the streets. Mama Bwaga, the people don't want to see Mr. Weah. So what Joe Weah coming from where he not greedy, you and I extend a 30 minute. Mr. Weah, you are a epitome of greed. You came to power, you started stealing the people money, you building your houses here and there. They say you're not greedy. You think greed is determined by the tenure that somebody run for as president? Look at your house on 9th Street. Very old and abandoned. You came to power, you break down that place, and you put yourself a basilica. a castle extending into the Atlantic Ocean. They say you're not greedy. What were your material condition? Your horse in rehab that was literally abandoned. You come here, you say you are not greedy, you go to the people of Grand Bassa County, but the masses know you. They will be the one determining your fate in 36 more days. Mama Buaka. In fact, we were in high school, they used to say the test is right around the corner. The people know what is at stake.
Sure.
People know what is at stake. So the people will pass down a verdict on Mr. Weah. It may not be some of the pleasant choices of ours, but the people will definitely rule in Mr. Weah matter in October, and the decision will be reached. Remember, you can see the way the CDC looking, the entire campaign of the CDC is in disarray. Remember, why would this be going to an election and you say you want to get re-elected? Remember, have you seen the list of President Weah a proposed trip to the United Nations General Assembly in September? I have the list yet. This for that, this person for this. Why is Mr. Weah taking more than 75% out of our country to bring to the United Nations General Assembly? Who pays for that? That is the unconscionable greed we're talking about. When you take only a few of your cronies, sponsored by state resources, and you bring them to America under the pretext of coming to the United Nations General Assembly as if they are coming for some repatriation program. What is Mr. Weah taking this country for? But the Liberian people have gotten too much. But like you said, for the last 6 years, they are seeing Mr. Weah made the presidency very boring. I think the presidency is very boring for Mr. Weah. He works from Jamaica Resort. The boy barely goes to work. He makes reggae, all kinds of reggae junk of a music in his studio. One minute, if he's not at his reggae studio, he's at his church preaching and throwing jabs at his political critics. Since this man became president of our country, how many times has this man held serious national press conference to speak to serious issues in our country? But he used the pulpit of God to speak on his political critics. Then you say you will win in October. Well, the ball will soon settle, Bueka. That's why I want to leave it. The ball will soon settle.
Okay, so Darlington, we saw this statement or this release coming from the US, and it was about sanctions on officials there in Sierra Leone. I don't know. You want us to go into it because it's about vote rigging, and the US is taking a major step in Sierra Leone. They just are warning to the government of Liberia. So they came up with this. They say, breaking news. The United States is committed to supporting and advancing democracy in Sierra Leone and around the world. Today, I am announcing a new visa restriction policy and a policy under Section 212A 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act for undermining the democratic process in June 2023 in Sierra Leone. Under the policy, the United States will pursue visa restriction for those believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Sierra Leone, including through the manipulation or rigging of electoral processes, intimidation of voters, election observers, or civil society organizations through threats or acts of physical violence or the abuse of violation of related human rights in Sierra Leone. Family members of such person, family member of such person may also be subject to those restrictions. Persons who undermine the democratic process in Sierra Leone include in the lead up to, during, and following Sierra Leone 2023 election may be found eligible for visa, for U.S. visa under this policy. The visa restriction policy announced today all apply to specific individuals and is not direct at the Sierra Leonean people. This decision reflects the commitment of the United States to support Sierra Leoneans aspires to have free and fair election that demonstrate the will of the people and strengthen democracy and rule of law. Darlington, this is the great United States of America placing visa restriction on those that got involved in vote rigging in Sierra Leone. There was a name outline, but they said that the names will be coming up soon. This is a warning shot to those in government here in Liberia.
Especially to the National Elections Commission, David Etta Brown Lasana. You know, the Americans are sending warning signals of potential visa deniers. So these elections that you are going to superintend, make sure that the Liberian people popular will and aspiration is expressed. If the people elect Mr. Weah and you have your tally sheets, announce the results. If the people elect Mr. Joseph Boyka, announce the result without fear nor favor. But to attempt to circumvent election results, the Americans will not take so kindly to it, and they are watching. Boyka, I'm sure they will observe these elections. And when the Americans label your elections not credible, you know, visa denial and international cable restrictions, it doesn't really suffer the ruling establishment. But to an extent, you may think that these people may not get visa to come to the US, but let's be honest. It is already an open secret that Mr. Weah and his gangs do not come to America. Even when they do come to the US, they are technically not considered on US soil because they come to the United Nations General Assembly. When you go to the United Nations General Assembly, when they give you visa restriction and annotation, where you only got to stay within certain miles away from the United Nations headquarters, you can only keep within that perimeters. Because the United Nations is considered a global country where people come from diverse, country, regardless of whether America has a problem with you. That is why you will even see the likes of Mazwa Kemeya, who the Americans have some issues here with, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, come to America. Boyka, it is clear that even Mr. Weah is facing visa restrictions. You saw the sanction on his chief of staff, Nathaniel Magill. So Mr. Weah know that he's already in sanctions. Will he still come to America? Yes, probably the United General Assembly. So these guys are not afraid of visa restrictions. Again, like I said, when they do these things, they only expose our poor people to not benefit from American aid, to not benefit from foreign direct investment or U.S. business entities. Because when America draws their line with you, nobody comes to your country to bring any serious business investment. Who suffers? The Freeport Monrovia will still be open. Mr. Weah will still be collecting a custom duty also. The little concession companies in the country, they will still be paying their retainer fees or whatever it is. So, Mr. Weah, to some extent, we're not really feeling it, So let's go to David Eto Braglasana, a few other of the commissioners, that whatever the election results are, announce the results. If the people don't want Mr. Weah, do not attempt to impose Mr. Weah on them. Boyka, we all come on the show here and criticize how the Liberian people sometimes can be slow to act. But as a student of history, you cannot predict the spontaneous reaction of the people. In Gabon, it took the people more than 50 years for the military to make intervention. So imagine how many years it took Gabon. The only time our country have seen political confrontation was in 1980, 1979, 1980. Since then, I mean, the war here with Mr. Taylor and the removal of Taylor into exile in 2003. But for the people to come out and say they don't want a regime, it has been a while. So, David Eto Brown Lasana and other people at the National Elections Commission should not attempt to provoke the Liberian people. Again, the people may not go the way we want them to go, but if the people express their support via Mr. Cummings, announce the results. Mr. Gonglo or the major opposition leader, Mr. Joe Boyka, the results of the election must be upheld, and nobody should try to steal election here for Mr. Weah. Mr. Weah have sown his seed. Where you sow, you reap. He sowed a seed of corruption, public corruption, siphoning state resources. The people see Mr. Weah. My man, the way the CDC that we are go campaign, people booing. Just Weah, that people even want to see. Even riot bombing, my man, bombing is technically considered part of Moserado County.
Yeah.
Because you know the people of Bombing County hear the noise in Moserado Mount. I'm not talking about Grand Crew, Maryland County, but bombing will boo them, man. My man, if something signifies that the empire is naked, but Mr. Weah apparently has been told that he will win the election with the legs of Eugene Nangbe around him. You saw the photo of Eugene Nangbe now mingling with the masses.
Yeah.
Eating pepper color. But when you win election, you go to eat lobster. Liberian people, it is your children's future that is at stake. If you allow these people a second term, so be it. Again, Bueka, I want to also caution the opposition because the Supreme Court, as we see, there may be a court of compromise in our country, but the Supreme Court has also issued a warning and a disclaimer that after the election, people who will go to contest election results should have their facts and their tally sheets.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Bueka, the opposition need to ensure that they have poll watchers in all over the different precincts throughout the country. It's one thing for you to say you win election. It's another thing for you to have your facts.
Yeah.
Because make sure you have your tally sheet. What we saw in Lofa, we don't want to see that again in 2023. In the by-election in Lofa, that the war room of the Unity Party froze for almost 24 hours because they never had data to upload the facts. The election with Galakba Kotima and Councillor Joseph Jala. The UP created their war room in their dashboard. They were uploading numbers. It got to a point where they couldn't get some of their tally sheet. The war room froze.
Yeah.
Stop working. So the opposition, especially the Unity Party, who is the major opposition political party, yes, you may showcase your number in Moserado County. You may do extensive work because Bueka, it's an open secret that Mr. Joseph Bueka is not very active on the campaign trail in the rural areas. But his messages is resonating with the people. So Bueka is doing extensive work in Moserado County. But before you go to the court or to even attempt to contest election results, please make sure you have your facts. Because this very same show that we are on, we are applauding your meaningful ventures with the people. From the look of things, the Unity Party is in the lead. In the lead in terms of their campaign, on the campaign show, their message is resonating with the people. Bueka, even a mess they Mama, that's what happened when the people saw desire a change. Just last week, this very same show we released and recording that was circulating in the media. We were not the one that brought it up, by the way. It was reported by Front Page Africa.
Sure.
About the plan to have Jeremiah Kun succeed the presidency. The people don't get to see that now. The people so desire a change that the only one Mr. Joseph Bueka to come to power. The people messages are resonated. The people want J&B, as they say. In history, sometimes the people are not always right. We have seen that throughout history, whether it is in biblical history. Children of Israel said they wanted their own king. God said, okay, y'all have your own king. They had their own king. They started to cry. They went back again to God. The same thing with our people. They rallied behind Mr. Taylor after he brought war on them, exploit their children. They say, you came my man, you came my power. They gave Mr. Taylor power. They kept Madame Salive around, one of the contributors to the war. They said the Oman spoilers, she will fix it. Now they believe in Joseph Bueka, who was there before. They believe that Uncle Joe can allay their problems. Whether the people gamble their children's future, it is the decision of the people. Our role as political pundits is to remind the people when they are making some mistakes. They may not want to hear some of us now, but as time unravel, Bueka, imagine the description of Jeremiah Kun about a year ago, how he described Joseph Bueka. If that was any one of us, the people who have probably gone after us, say the man is, his brain is not working no more. Not knowing that in time, Joseph Bueka was going to probably pick him, or political It's a politics made strange bedfellows.
Yeah.
The people don't see the excesses of Jeremiah Kuhn, who have talked down on the mental health or the health care of Joseph Weah. Now that he's considered in the matrix. That whole scheme about in the interest of country Weah, I'm telling you, in Liberia and in Africa, it is a scam. Politicians will tell you it's in the interest of our country. When they get political power, it is the only time they remember that the refrigerator in their house is old. Or it is the only time they listen to the sound of their car and realize that they need a new car. That's why the continent is the way it is. Very corrupt elements. What are they old, what are they young? All corrupt. The freezer they're using in their house that they've been using for ages, the moment you give them political power, they want new fridge. It is their thought process. It's how we saw Mr. Weah. He came to power. The house he's been living in, nothing happened to him. We know what a mosquito used to eat him or scratch used to go on him. He came and said he wanted a new house in 6 months, and he did it. But we cannot give our people in Lofa County at the Telewin Hospital new medical center in 6 months. We cannot give the masses access to quality education in 6 months. But again, all of us have a way of defending our own thieves. That's how the country and the society remain the way it is, extremely backward.
Okay, we are defending our own thieves according to Darlington, and that's just what it is. George Weah, from the look of things, all of the way he has campaigned, things have been okay for him. He got some momentum when he was in Mosurado County, because we know Mosurado County umpa is county for everybody. So when he was in Mosurado County, he visited districts, blah, blah, blah. As soon Weah left Mosurado, the first county he entered in, it became a challenge for him, which is Bomi County. Bomi County, the people rejected him in Bomi County until he himself, he fell back. Now Eric Snow have left the campaign trail and then in different places, Nana, because of what happened in Bomi and Cape Mount. They left from Cape Mount again, they went to Magibi County. The people rejected them in Magibi. Weah is always having, this time around, when Weah go to do his rally in the various counties, they make a way for millionaire. This time he do millionaire campaign.
He uses the microphone of the Liberian musicians to bring the people out to listen to good song.
So the man tell the musician that y'all go in for, y'all go be cheering.
You go prepare
the way. Y'all added to say you're having show. So when you're having a show now, I will walk from the make a walk with the maker, he will get her. Because we are normally used to that drive and go straight to the event where they're having the event. This time George Weah can get down because once people know that a president around that particular area, everybody want to know, they want to see the president, so you'll see people coming around him. But still, the crowd, some people can walk like 1 minute, they say, well, they are going to, where are going to waste my time for we are being for? Because the people are exhausted in this.
People know. Your father will probably a silver 7 making $200. The harmonize and pay, he's bringing $75 on. Even the 75, he can get it on time. Well, no,
and we are the CDC, they feel that they can win the election on just a first one. They keep fooling people. According to them again, this coming Thursday they will be out. They will be launching their campaign officially. Yeah, on Thursday they are saying that they will be.
Can they use the SKD, please?
No, they said they're using ATS, the Antoinette Totman Stadium. So,
hey man, according to something, man. I beg them. I want to see something. Let them use the SKD.
According to that, according to that, we put it out 1 million.
We can rent the fee from the government. You hear me? We'll talk to our ANC friends to help raise some money for them to pay for the fee. I mean, she said we are a thieves. Yeah, it's it's evidential. The people, we are, like you said, we are only used to sit on cars and wave. You know that Weah. Mama, I tell you the sensation. It is just a matter of time. Mama, it is like a man who has been eyeing this guy in a village and make it more. You know, when I catch okay, the guys okay, can't catch me now. They gave you power for 6 years, you can't do nothing. You just there. Mama, if somebody said we are definition now is being on top and doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's we are. Yeah, you power, my man. 6 years, you can't do power. No here, no there. Look at the country. You got Mayor Koji, Mayor of the city of Monrovia. My man, look at Madam Mary Bro, an aged city mayor, will be one of the most performed in recent Liberian, mayorship history, as having one of the cleanest city. It was not everything rosy, but Madam Bro was a workaholic. You have a young man coaching. All the boy want to do just dress. The police director, no rule. Everybody doing their own thing. Mama saying we have to what says here, no reshuffle. They make any reshuffle. They may not even know what is reshuffle. If it just mess you get it. Some of their officials, they even living in the community, they cannot even campaign. The likes of Samurai Water Collie, they live in district number 10. They can only go on the campaign trail when we are campaigning. Senior officials, they live in the communities with the people. How many times the people even saw them? They only campaign when the president is going out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting tough for the CDC. Getting very tough for them. But you see the difference between me and the CDC people is that I've never worked in government before. I don't know how public office looking.
No.
Like they don't want thinking about their ill-gotten wealth. Father will protect it and their lifestyle they are used to. You know, but when you live in the confines of your income, if you get 2-3 shirts to wear, those will be the 2-3 shirts that you will rotate. But when you like we are who let to wear Louis Vuitton, the Versace one on the feet, you gotta be worried because those designers will probably carry you for a few years. Maybe when you leave power, you'll not be able to maintain those. My man, you saw Weah when he left professional soccer, it was a fall from grace. The Liberian people rescued that boy and gave him political power. See the way he managed the people power. And Burger, just before we open the full line and all our conversation, I want to read some of the names of delegates that Mr. Weah is bringing to the U.S. Let the people listen to know who are coming with the president. Is that necessary? You come to power, you just stealing yet, doing all kind of things. You don't listen. I mean, the president said just boring. The man don't even go to work on time, let alone before you will verify when his officials are reporting to work. Ellen Johnson said leave. That woman had the discipline to stay in the executive mansion and get the country working. You have the young boy, the man is a complete big chiller papa in the Liberian Palance.
Darlington, the men don't go to work. Let me tell you about George Weah. Since George Weah said he fixed the executive mansion, George Weah not been to that mansion for more than 10 times. And then what really surprised me about the executive mansion, then in the night, you will see EPA officers will go and block the road there. You can't pass through in the night. Weah is not sleeping there. Nobody at the executive mansion. Then they will block the place and stop people from passing that route up until the next morning. Then in the morning they will open the temple say you can't pass. Why are you blocking the place? We are not sleeping there. We are not living there. We are not going there. You're infringing on people's right for not passing there in the night. This is total nonsense.
I don't know that security. I'm not security man, so I would not want to speak to the security protocol. Why they don't want people passing even the executive mansion. But again, what I do know is that the executive mansion is the actual building is further down from the motor road. So if they can work on security modalities, to open all that place, the country already small. They are blocking road. The country already small, boy. They are blocking road.
Yeah, you want to come in on something there before we open the phone lines? You're talking about reading the names of those that will be going with the president.
I just want our people to know those coming to the US. So, of course, His Excellency President George Weah, President of Liberia, Claude Weah, Edwin Snow, Zopeno. What is Zopeno coming to do here? What is Edwin Snow and Edwin Snow, that visa is going. Edwin Snow will beg you when the American people don't get you their visa. Please don't say you have meeting because Edwin Snow, soon the American people deny visa, then he get meeting to ECOWAS. They can say he called the protocol port to take a name on the list. He has to go to ECOWAS. The American, they put a name on a trip. Please come. We'll see you in a photo in New York, Mr. Snow. Edwin Snow, Zoe Emmanuel Peno, D. Mazwa Kemeya, and Mayor Dana Zianka. Why is the Minister of Defense coming to do here? Ledger who running?
No. Danito, just hold it there. You ask why is the Minister of Defense? Georgia is being very careful. We got information that send a coup been taking place in country, various countries around here. Georgia started Dorian Summit to increase the AFL salary. Georgia want to be good rapport with the AFL.
Military coups in Africa is not normally engineered by the hierarchy of the army. If you let carry Daniel Zianka and Prince Johnson into your boys club, you can go to the cigar bar together. If you let them go to church, if you let them go to different pool party, it still don't help you. Because military upheaval don't come from the hierarchy of Bueka. It is ordinary soldiers who feel the pinch, who are citizens throughout the country. It is these soldiers who see their children material condition. The soldier who live in the barrack, 2-3 families sharing one room. They know what it is. Bueka in our country, it was Master Sergeant Doe who decided to topple the administration. It was not the chief of staff of the army. It was the ordinary Master Sergeant. A few enlisted men. So, Mr. We have to think that if you buy around with Dana Zianka and me, that they will protect you, you must be joking. Because the leadership of the army too is part of the exploitation of the people. They are the one who get the fat salaries. They are the one who change cars regularly and leaves the ordinary army people in the barracks with no benefits. So something must be wrong with these people. So let me read the names. Ledger who running. Mawina Diggs. Chokonkwi Cameo. Len Eugene Nangbe. Yeah. Biyu Yake. Jefferson Koji. Usman Bamba. What? The Usman Bamba, they say he's a vassal to the president.
Usman Bamba from Africa.
On the list.
There you go.
Usman Bamba on the list. Ambassador of Fenanora Bondo. Okay, that's the chief of protocol. Captain Moses K. Wifo. Okay, deputy. Miss Masil Gracie Nimdi. Sergeant Agent Yanse Dix Weah. Seku Kalasco, I think Damaro, but the most spell many on the lazy. Now my friend Kalasco is spelling me. Let's move forward. Miss Nessie Lamar, Miss Antonia Wallow, Iso Kelly, James Emmanuel Potter. Oh, the guy that watching a car will be a cameo.
Yeah, James Potter.
Honorable Smith, Maxwell Toby. Smitty cameo. What? Makina Keita.
Before you go further, what happened to our man Smith Toby? They may be quiet. I don't know if there's something happening in the back, but Smith Toby been absolutely quiet.
Oh, I say Solo Kekba is also coming. Here, boss man. So you say Smith Toby has been in Celine Dion?
Totally in Celine Dion. You can hear from the man.
You can hear from him. He Smith Toby. Since Smith Toby lie and said that the house on 9th Street was for the president's son. You know the American people get 13 and 2-0. They say also our citizen who they kind of multi-millionaire property yet. The boy in my issue statement and posted no allow now I was begging. Smith Toby on the list.
So here's what happened. So when Smith Toby went on the air, he said, "Oh, the house belong to I know Tumete. Is it Tumete? Yeah, Tumete Weah. So Tumete
Yeah.
woman.
We are.
He said, Mama, you say on there that people in our country want to lie on me. You know the implication. You know the implication. The woman tell the phone and call Smith and say, Smith Tobe, if you not respect yourself and go right back on the C radio station that you call on to tell the people that this husband belong to my son.
When Jamaican people get fat, then they get switch in at Jamaican patois.
And you don't go on the radio. You don't go on the radio, you go in call and tell the people say that husband belong to my son.
Mommy, I beg you, yeah. They get a big Jamaican cause that she probably alleged Smith to me, but I will not say on yeah, I beg you. Because people who know it, we say, oh. So Smith Tobe is coming. He is Bosman and Solo Kakman. Honorable Smith Maxwell Tobe. Remember, why on the deputy for press coming? The money be the whole press bureau now. Makina Keita, coordinator, special project. In fact, I'll be calling your position. Makina Keita, coordinator, special project. General Katif Koto Flomo, senior AD to the president. General Bob G12, junior AD to the president. So the senior and the junior will do the same work.
Yeah.
Personal protection from the president. Miss Najee Kau, she's the director of protocol. You bring in the chief of protocol.
They bring it,
and then you bring in the director of protocol. Mr. James K. Kotu, deputy chief of staff to the office of the first lady. Miss Cleopatra Cummins Buema, senior protocol officer to the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister of State Presidential Affairs. Mr. Ahmed A. Sharif, senior protocol officer, Ministry of State Presidential Affairs. Mr. Shedrick A. Yankee, protocol officer, Ministry of State. And Miss Courage Shara C, protocol officer, Ministry of State. Miss Thelma Fanta Kroma, budget analyst, Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. They bring budget analysts to earn money, better.
To go to
and
that person in the
Miss Vivian Morris, dietitian of the president. Hey, Beku. Make sure you want cooking in Fuka. Miss Vivian Morris, dietitian. Mr. Abraham S. Kaba, photographer of ministry. Okay, photographer is needed, always needed. But if you bring in Kalasco, then why you bring the photographer? Pueka.
No.
You not answering the question? If you bring Kalasco, why must you bring photographer?
Kalasco can do the camera, the phone camera photo. Then the original camera photo,
right.
Man, and that person. So like 2 photographers.
Oh, with the executive mansion sign on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know about the photo business, so maybe the president just left something with photo. Well, yeah. Photographer to the president. Miss Christine Dixon, office assistant, Minister of State. Oh, office assistant coming here. It's Zomo. Special agent Siwa Breeze. What? Come Breeze, they coming. Law enforcement officer, EPS. Special agent David C. Zlet. And special agent Randolph Toba, agent in charge of the first lady details. Special agent Nelly Cia, law enforcement. Special agent Ogle Chokon Johnson, agent Sano Como, agent Sensi Soiree, agent Emmanuel Kebe, agent Benele D. Collins, agent Aminata M. Fufana, agent Joseph McKinney, agent Solomon K. Davis, agent Emmanuel N.A., agent Hector Gabriel Jr., agent Tommy Diakpak Jr., agent Agrippa Chie, agent Abu Thompson, agent Serial S. Peewee, agent Johnson Lavala, agent Roosevelt Wolo McCarthy, agent Zenu C.L. Harris, agent Daniel Miller Juan, agent Daniel Pele Lenford, agent Jack Nicholas Yampi, agent Kopo Swain Wisse, agent Buffer Nangbe Dobi, agent bien kisi. Mame la ede. Let the
Wow.
lazy.
My
Yeah.
people.
So right now, you do the check. The lazy technically is, I think, over 60 for the local teams.
So we are just one carry them when he not
And
win
the
the
next
election.
it's on
Yeah. When he not win the election, he say,
the
oh,
other time,
like
it says on EPS. Mame, you know what y'all about the American boy? The American boy can misbehave. Mame, you carry your list of 100%, mame. Nigga, y'all look at it. Mame, American boy, I get patient. That's why I learn about it. Because you see all these people who are on the list for visa to come to the US, right? They don't normally go for interview. What happens is that the chief of protocol will take their passports, their official or their diplomatic passport to the embassy for interview, right? And then they will issue, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will issue a note verbal requesting another government to give, government official visa, of course. So technically, per protocol, they're not supposed to call them in for interview. But the American look at the list today, when they send it to consular session, excuse me, sir, why do you need all these people? It's just this, it's just that. They say, but anything the NYPD is right there.
Boy, get all the agent.
American people, if it don't make, America is a country of common sense, right? Certain people the president do need to have, right? A dietitian, maybe the president gets, specific dietary restriction, a chief of protocol, his military people, maybe yes, possibly yes. But all the people who see agent this, agent that,
and you
budget officer, they say, but why do you need the C and the GM budget officer to go? They'll say, can one go? Like what the question the American people ask.
Where
have time for stupidity.
Yeah, they will ask you why are you carrying Sion and Gion photographer? We'll get the Sion photographer and the Gion photographer. Yeah, so folks,
the American people know, mama.
Yeah, so the phone lines are now open on +231 888 624 171 0770 102 102 886 010 383 102 102. Let's take our first caller here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name is joining us from?
It's Alex Menebo calling from Minnesota, USA.
Okay, people are welcome.
Yeah, I just want to make a few comments concerning Mr. Boaga at JMB. I always refer to him. You see, JMB, he seemed that he getting more popular with the Liberian people because he character. He now we are a celebrity. There his popularity came from. But JMB, he's not a soccer player, but because he character. This man have been working government for the past almost 36, almost 40 years. But when you check your track record, there's no track of corruption. For instance, when I know I didn't much older than you. I was born in the 50s. So many of the things I saw in live, not only reading on paper. In 1980, when Samuel Kido took over, they took power by violence. There was no transfer of power. So when they came to power, they know how that political experience. It is Joe Parker and others who give them that political experience. And when Joe took over, the issue of race was very essential in Liberian politics. So he decided to appoint a wise man who was Joe Parker to be his agriculture minister. During the administration of Joe Parker, he did well in the agriculture sector. Okay. But they said the importation were only centered around in Monrovia.
All right.
But believe me, country like Bon, Nima, Lofa, who they get our local produced food.
All right, thank you so much. Let me make way for other callers here this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Baka. How are you? A long time.
I'm doing pretty well. Your
Good
name
morning,
and joining us from.
Darlington. My name is Amuni. I'm from Minnesota. I just want to elaborate on the visa restriction you talk about. I mean, the sanction, something you talk about Sierra Leone, that American people warn the Sierra Leonean, those that are involved in kata kata thing. So let me tell you something, Buckeye. Let's open our eyes. The Americans, I think they tire with Africans leaders, especially the corrupt ones. Americans are not telling you that this sanction they're talking about, they're pointing at something that we Africans should understand. I think you know. What's happening in Africa these days, all these things are happening. It's also happening in Gabon, it's also happening in Niger. Now all the threat going everywhere, happening in Guinea. Americans giving us warning, like all these leaders are over there, they need to test some of those things. I'm not going to have time for these people again. I'm not going to be melting in African political affair like they be warning those people they can't understand. All over Africa, those are leading, all those leaders, they're not taking care of our people. They just get time to embezzle, to steal money. They're all going to test their particular debt that hanging over Africa when they call coup d'etat.
Okay.
They should know that. Nobody afraid. So that they continue. I'm not going to warning, I'm not going to give in to them. And not to say they want for them to get them sanction because it's not working.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. That will take another person here. Plus 231 888 624 0770 102 102. That will take this caller here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Boakai. Good morning, Darlington. My name is Napoleon Soso. I'm calling you from Los Angeles this morning.
Welcome, Napoleon.
That list that was read by Darlington, they're going to sift that list. And I believe they're going to be only 8 persons on that list. But Edwin Snow will not be on that list for a corrupt attitude, thinking that 2029 Liberian will vote for him. Secondly, there's a popularity contest that is going on in Liberia. I want to speak to it. Because you can't, people talking about Boakai will win elections in Liberia. I don't believe that. Because, look, Weah was more popular than Boakai in 2005. Weah was most popular in 2011. We saw that happening. And this time around, the only candidate that I believe that the Liberian people should understand this. If you need development, if you want your country to be like Sierra Leone, or you want your country to be like Ivory Coast, you want your country to be like Togo, or Benin Republic, or Botswana, you need Elizano Cummings. You need Elizano Cummings, or you can go for Tier 1 Gonglo or Clarence Masekwai. The reason here is that Ome Boakai is the past, Weah is the present, and the future are those 3 people that I just called. So if Liberians are smart, don't go backward.
Okay.
If you anybody that go backward in life, which means you just doing a disservice to yourself. If you want to go backward, which means the political experience you say Ome Boakai has, that political experience have gotten our country backward to where it is today.
Okay, thank you so much. Now we'll take another person on the line. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, my dear brother, and good morning to your other colleagues, Darlington. Yeah, this is Shelton M. Duo. I'm calling you this morning from Minnesota this morning. I follow you carefully, and I think Darlington, I really said everything. Look, Waka, I told people the best time for ruling position to campaign is the 46 years that have been given to them. All those things President Weah and other guys trying to do with a passing all around one round this way, that's just a fiasco thing they are on, because the first thing that what Darlington said, you came to power. Those people, the civil servant, what some of them were making 200. You look at those people, you call their salary. You see that the entire economy of our country, there is nothing that anybody can boast of. The entire security system is just whack. So tell me now, let's take an example, right? You Bwaka over there, you making the 200 or 300 United States dollars. You get almost about 15 family members that depends on you. And then your salary has been cut. It means that those 15 family people that depend on you, they cannot get what they used to do before. You think those 15 family members are going to be happy with you? No. So all those things they're doing over there, they are already campaigning against themselves.
Okay.
Waiting now for Ottawa things so that their disgrace can start packing their bed and leave that office so that Bwaka can take over. So the best thing can be done in the interest of Liberian people over there.
Thank you so much. Let's take Sheikh Sako on this line. Good morning. Welcome, brother.
Good morning, Bwaka. Good morning, Sion player or Darrington Collins. How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing pretty well.
Man, go to the issue back. Leave me.
Yeah, very good. Before going to politics a little bit, Darrington, you can come this morning, Darrington. Bring your glasses. You can wear jeans. You can wear your sweatpants. We'll stay Tuesday morning to play, Darrington. But please try to come after the show. Come one more day morning. I got a special space for you. Yeah, you're striking for me in the morning, Darrington. Yeah, so please come. Don't be afraid. Nobody.
When the last time me on the beach, they be laughing at me.
The message, you just want him go there. When you're not starting, then you'll be laughing at him.
No, but I'm not there. Benching. You know, because how you go play football? You wear sweatpants, then you wear your glasses, right? You act like you going to read. You're not going to sell it. I'm not book Benin over there. Yeah, football not get book Benin inside. You go carry reading glasses. We are reading glasses on.
All right, let's go to the issue.
And then we're real quick, I mean, very interesting. I mean, I'm following the election gradually, following the campaign. But I mean, this is the thing, Wakai. If you follow Mr. Weah's statement in bombing, right? Mr. Weah did not know that he was speaking to himself. Go back to that clip. Mr. Weah said in the clip to the people of bombing when they started booing, he said, when you are ungrateful, you will never be successful. When you are ungrateful, you will never be successful. But Weah didn't know that he was speaking to himself. Weah, for the past 5 years, going to 6 years, the Liberian people entrusted you with that country. You were ungrateful to them. Weah, people who helped and brought you to the presidency, spend their hard-earned money, you were ungrateful to them. Don't you know that you were speaking to yourself? Look, the evidence of Weah exit, it will show every day, every move Weah is going to make. Look, one guy, if you look at the 2017 election, we were there, we campaigned. Look, the euphoria was built that you could see a clear evidence that Weah would be a president. Whether he was going to be a massive failure, we didn't know that. But it was clear, it was glaring. But, and you could not easily distinguish between CDC hierarchies and the partisan. Almost everybody were looking hungry in CDC. Unless some of all who were even looking, I'll tell you that for real. People used to pop out Weah, they come to me. The thing is that we are doing campaign when hear myself walking. Right? Because he said to that time, you were hungry. Forget it. But today, I don't know whether you're following the campaign, but you see how the government officials can dress, they're looking fresh. And you see the ordinary people that get them power. Look at how the people can be looking hungry at morning. You understand? Yeah. Look, we should just forget about this. We used to be in school before that, you remember when you don't study on your notes, you don't read your notes on exam day, or they say exam tomorrow, you want to study. And he said you cannot fatten a cow on market day, right? There is nothing government can do right now to convince the Liberian people to give them another 6 years. They are trying to fatten the cow, and the market day is already here. That cow will never get fat.
Okay. Thank you.
There are a lot of things. There are forces against Mr. Weah. The forces of the ordinary masses, forces of civil servants, forces of the silent voters. They are all against Mr. Weah right now. Weah should just forget about it. He spoke to himself. When you are ungrateful, you will never be successful. Liberia is about to be liberated.
Okay.
And I will say this, in this month, the evidence of Mr. Weah exit will be clear.
Yeah, I want to know.
He is going to have another sanction.
I want to know something about the selection of Len Eugene Nangwe as the campaign chair of the CDC. Does that bring any boost to the campaign of the CDC, or it brought a total setback? Because we've been hearing this misunderstanding between Morba Molu, Jefferson Koji, and Eugene Nangwe, along with President Josh Weah. Do you think Nangwe can deliver the country to Josh Weah?
Waka, Weah doesn't care about. Weah doesn't care about the CDC. Weah is not care about what's going to happen in the CDC. Whether he's going to win election or not. You know why? Let Weah sit and see those people within the CDC that have committed their everything to the party from 2005. People like Molude, the rest of the other people, right? Where the Eugene Nangbe come from today, that you gonna go make Eugene Nangbe campaign chair. You know what it shows? It shows that Weah doesn't care for the party. Let me tell you, Eugene's coming as a campaign chair, it has built up the internal wrangling in the party even more than before. What guy? 2 years ago, Moba Molu last visit to America. Molu, listening to me, Molu visited me in my living room in Philadelphia. It was Molu, it was Siriki and I sitting. Everything I told Molu 2 years ago, it came to pass. I said, Molu, get ready for Mr. Weah. Mr. Weah will come after you as a party chairman. If he doesn't get you out, he will silence you. You will just be a male party chairman without any function. You know what Molu said to me? But she said, what did I do to the man? I said, but all I hear, I spend my money to the man. What did I do to the man? And the man against me. I said, what's about you that went and talk about the man? Then he lay by in the chair. Siriki was there. Everything I told Molu, that Molu seen today. Trust me, we have decision to make Eugene Nangbe president. We didn't care about the ordinary citizen. What sacrifice Eugene really made for CDC? Eh? What can Eugene bring to the table? But you know what? When God ready to be you, he can't get you sense. Thank God he even put Eugene there. You get me, right? Because the CDC is about to leave. Okay. We are administration is about to leave. You get me? Yeah. Because in life, in Madingo Bagay, you know what they call? They say Danka Kalima Basibondi. Meaning when God swear you, it's faster than when you throw medicine on somebody, right?
Sure.
Weah is being swear and cursed for the way he maltreated the Liberian people, the way he carried on corruption, the way his government killed a lot of Liberian people. Trust me, Weah got that curse on his head. Weah, I said it 2 years ago that he will never win election in Liberia, and I say it again on this platform, Weah will never win election in that country again.
Okay.
Back my wall. The Liberian people are resolved. The Liberian people are not stupid. They know exactly what they want, and they will go for what they want.
Thank you so much. We'll have to take other callers. That's Sheikh Sako. Sheikh Ben, you know what? I gave him the name of friends because Darlington. Sheikh Ben with the CDC. Sheikh was on the campaign team.
Know a lot of things in there.
Yeah, Sheikh were, they were the one that financed the entire campaign for the CDC in 2017. Sheikh got sidelined due to one or two problems with the CDC and even Josh Weah. So what I'm giving this length of time is because you are with them, you know what about them.
My man Patrick Double say, let me eat my burger. Yeah. Patrick, me and you have never been president before. We have never had state power before, Patrick. Yeah, master. we are the people get power and king of power is that stealing and get on to resell the poor one. Like God beating that Bob. And you know, boy, let me say this, right? When we are trying to steal election, he may go on a few years as president. For his end will be disastrous. If we are trying to steal the election, he may go on to be disastrous.
Let's take some calls here. Let's take some calls. They are coming in their numbers +231 888. That would take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Michael Weah, and I call you from East Africa.
Welcome, Mr. Weah. You're live.
Yeah, thank you so much. I've been following the show, but what I think people should be doing is that such a program, let them tell the Liberian people who the authorities are, because if you focus on actually that President Weah is wicked, President Weah is corrupt, and you are not giving the Liberian people the authority, it places them in a confused state. They will still go back to whatever you are saying. So the Sheikh and other guys who are with Ambassador Weah, let them tell us who they are supporting. Then some of us or other people who don't have maybe political party to support during this election, we can make a decision. But if you spend all of the time criticizing one person and not even providing an alternative, is a serious issue. So we have to desist from that. And lastly, though it is not your talking point, but I feel the CDC and other group that always campaign on Ambassador Bouaka health issue, it is not a good thing, because the issue of sickness, the issue of death is not about age nowadays, because we have a lot of young people that even die before their grandparents. So the issue of productivity also, it is not about age as well. Somebody said that when you are aging, your decision-making process, even there was a candidate in Cape Town that made that statement for the CDC, that when you are aging in your 70s, you become weak in making decisions. There are other older people that make this good decision, young people that make good decision. So we have to focus on the issue that can deliver real Liberia, not on personal issue.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling in. Let's take this other person here. Good morning. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Bouaka.
Yeah. Your name is joining us from?
Darling Asana is my name, and I'm calling you from Italy.
Welcome. You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the show. Good morning to Darito. You know, I just want to say something, right? Because I heard you this morning, you were saying that the citizens, when I hear them talking that this election is going to be one round victory for them, I just laugh. No, Bouaka, let's be sincere, right? Let's be sincere to the Liberian people, and you have to be sincere to yourself. It's not only the citizens that are saying this. Have you listened to Mohari? Have you listened to Romy? All of them. Everybody is saying it. So when you come on the radio, on the platform, say as it is. All the people are saying it. Now, to Darlington, well, Darlington, I'm sorry for you.
Hello, before you go, there was a clarity. I said no political party can win with round victory. You hear me talking about that? I even mentioned the Unity Party. I mentioned the Unity Party. I mentioned other political party. I said no political party can win a one-round victory in Liberia here by this time. But I was making mention of President Weah, because President Weah was loved by the people in 2017. By that time, he haven't won the presidency yet, and he had a huge support behind him. By that time, people never knew the type of person he was. So now he coming to say that, oh, he will win a one-round victory, while the people already know the type of character he is now. That was what I was saying.
Okay, thank you for the clarity. You know, back to Darlington. Darlington, you know, you are a very good man, you know, a promising future. But for me, I'm very confused. You come on this radio, I mean, the man that you claim that you support, right? I don't even hear you mention about him. You don't support him. This morning when you came on the radio, the only thing I could hear from you was either George Weah or the United Party ambassador Joseph Boakai. So at least when you come, I mean, promote the Congo camp. At least people will get to know him. At least to vote for him. But you don't do that. You want to come and then CDC or the United Party.
All right, thank you so much. Let me take somebody else on the line here. We have a few more calls to take. Plus 231 888 So you work for the Men to Tennis show to Gonglo show. Like every morning he will come, he say Gonglo.
Yeah.
La Gonglo show, yeah.
Yeah, my man, I know.
Tennis show to Gonglo show. All right. Yeah. Plus 231 888 077-012-102-886-010383. And Darlington, I'm getting information that the president want to use Ivory Coast to visit Maryland and other places there in the southeast. So they may want to go use Africa way because the road for here to Maryland a bar. So he better they see where the buffer speaker Buffer Chimo use Africa way. Like see where the president, like see route the president want to use to reach to Maryland to go and ask the people for their vote there. President Weah.
So Baba Chimbo, you're showing a row, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When President Weah do that one, he finished. When he do that, he finished. He should try. I beg you, President Weah, don't try that other thing there. Don't try it. I beg you. If you sleep on a road for days. Sleep on a road there for days, but don't try to say using Africa route. I mean, say Africa's route to go to to Maryland. I beg you, President. Plus 231 888 077-0102-102. We are still taking your calls here, keeping them coming in. You'll be live. Darlington Collins and I, Boakai Kamara. So, Darlington in the Gloria Musu Scott case. There have been another issue there again. I'm seeing here they say criminal court aid Judge Roosevelt Woody has postponed hearing into the murder case involving former Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott and others. Judge Woody's decision was triggered following a request made by one of the jurors to be exempted from the 12-man jury panel. According to the jury whose name is withheld as per court proceeding, she has an 8-month-old child who is being supervised by a 10-year-old minor. The jury noted that she did not know whether the 15 panel was to be squatted under the basement of the Temple of Justice building until the trial is completed. So one of the jurors said, "Oh, I know. You can see I'm going to be living on there."
The whole jury selection thing in our country, in fact, under the law is called the Fredilla process, right? The whole Fredilla process in our country, I don't know how they derive to come up with jurors, because it appears to me as if that the Temple of Justice has a selected few of people that normally when cases come out that they will publish it in the papers, people will go apply. It's just like a job opportunity. Because jury duty, people should be selected randomly from all over the country, right? To be called for jury duty. In America and other developed countries, the state will write you to impanel you to let you know about whether it's a civil case or criminal case to serve as a juror. But in Liberia, I don't know how. So the woman thought that, she have a baby unsupervised. The woman felt that, it was just like a normal civil case where they will come and go, but because the case is high profile, it's a murder case.
Yeah,
the jurors will have to stay in the basement of the Temple of Justice. They are hosted on the ground, and where only nobody have access to them. Only the state, basically the security people, they don't have access to phone. They can't go home to their family relatives because they don't even want them listening to the media, for them to possibly influence their thought process or anything. They don't have access to even a radio or TV broadcast to listen to nothing.
No cell phone. No cell phone.
No cell phone. So the lady thought I saw a quick job opportunity that she could do, but my man, like, bro, we got plenty of things to improve on, my man. Our entire judiciary system. How do we? Then that's why even the citizens ID card thing, right, was necessary. Because if we have citizen ID cards and people in Monrovia can be identified with addresses, even if you're living in Pinsville, if you're living on the west side of Pinsville, west side Pinsville, A13, we know that your house. Where the Ministry of Justice can randomly have access to that database and just invite citizens of the country for jury duty. Those are the kind of things you want to see people from diverse background coming on a jury on jury panel, especially in different counties. But the jury duty, my man, if you check, so I know Oma from 2005, she been drew on our temple of justice. She stayed there. When they want a good citizen, and they'll always see the poor kids. Why they can always find other people? Because it should rotate, because again, the whole judiciary is a mess. Again, don't be surprised. The government will attempt to prosecute this case. And look, I tell you something, Bweka. I am not here to defend Justice Kura Musu Scott. But murder trial is one of the criminal cases, is one of the most toughest cases to try. Especially where you cannot have direct evidence linking the defendant to the crime. Everything here now is circumstantial evidence, hearsay rule applying, and they admitting certain things into evidence and going through the facts of the case. It's a whole roller coaster ride, because the standard in criminal cases is beyond all reasonable doubt. That means if any doubt existed within a juror mind, they should not come up with a verdict. Or except the state can manipulate the jurors, which could possibly be impossible. Maybe they could have. Maybe they could. But the government might end up losing this case, and they may just waste, resources and prosecution time, and nothing could come out of this case.
All right, we're still taking your calls. Now take this person from the line here. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Baka. Good morning. Good morning to the people. Hey, man, I just you say, and we already defeated the man already. We're beating up. He no longer president after the election. We're beating himself. The man, he can't download that medicine. Then you can travel for a year. You go to your whole country. Then to travel from Africa. You know, each of the car, you know how much pay? Each of the car to African government is about 500, 450 to 500. And it's telling for the 30 car for costly. And the way they can low bossy. Any time back, the whole people have to go. In my whole the people, because back then you not get population. The total population back then, not even reaching 100,000. Then, million, 50. They will use them all. The model, they may already be defeated. The brother no longer deal with me. I mean, getting no for in the area. The Weah. They look at the same here in the channel. I'm not greedy. You're not greedy? You're not greedy. They will not rotate out. The other one will also go down. The 5,000 will not finish it. You never brought time or war. And then I need to go to stop. There will no the laboratory is suffering a photo. We suffer. Right now, all the laboratory in the world today, all of them are pressure. You tell them a school opening, everybody will perform. Nobody lives better life a day in the bureau. Everybody, nobody there except them who don't get.
Hey, Pangomo, sorry. You left the line there. We take two more calls, just two more calls, then we wrap it up here on today's edition of the Costa Show. My boy Darlington have to go prepare for today. Now we take Sam on this. Yeah, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Baka. Good morning, Carlington.
Welcome
from UK, United Kingdom. Yeah, look, I want to predict something to you. Mark it down today.
I think Boaka has won this thing. Boaka has won the election. Mark it down. I won't say more than that.
Why you say so? We have other candidates in the race, and they are also making their case to the people.
I will tell you later when he wins.
Yeah, but you can tell us because you already said that you know that he already win or he will win. Why are you telling the Liberian people that Boaka will win?
Okay, I'll tell you this. I heard a voice yesterday mentioning his name twice.
Who mentioned his name twice?
I heard a voice.
Oh, you heard a voice mention his name twice.
Yep.
Was it in your sleep or just randomly? Which one?
I was not even sleeping. I just finished praying and I was relaxing here.
Have they been happening to you before? Have you have such thing happening to you, like when something like that happen, when you say, oh, the person will win, for instance, when election is taking place in other countries, have this been happening to you before, or just the first time?
Well, in relation to election, this is the first time. In relation to other things, it's different. I was not expecting it. First of all, it will go in Boaka, then it gave me the full name. Anyway, I just threw that in for you to know. You mark it down. Okay. Because I wouldn't believe it. The second thing is this, regarding the former Minister of Justice, Ms. Scott case, I would suggest that she contact the United Kingdom. There's a department called Expert Witness. Yeah, they will deal with that and they will find the truth. Tell the family to contact Expert Witness in the United Kingdom.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Let me take our last caller this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello.
You're live with us.
Dalito. Yeah, Dalito, how you doing? Nobody should.
I'm doing well. How yourself?
Dalito. I've seen it live. Okay, I'm fine, Dalito. Baka, look, let me concord quickly with the last caller before me. I was watching people from Maryland. Honorable Baka was not in Maryland yesterday. The show was yesterday. He wasn't there. He wasn't in Grand Gita. But the whole street was packed jealous. Bombing Hill day before yesterday. Bombing day before yesterday. You see, people always say, and I'm quoting those that usually say that if the Christmas would be good, right, Baka? The eve of the Christmas will tell you. So all those who call it seditions, I know Darlington is changing small. Darlington is changing. The term is changing. Nobody should beat on my son this morning. Darlington is one of the that I have seen in Liberia that know about politics, Baka. And you, Baka, always praise you. You in the middle. I don't care. Since I've been knowing you with Costa, you always, even you used to tell Costa, say, Costa, hold on. And he would say, no, Baka, no. This is the same thing that happening to Darlington. Darlington, thank you very much. No, but I will defend you. Anybody that talk to you, I will defend you. This is Padino. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking me, Baka.
Okay, thank you, Padino. You're our last caller. So, Darlington, your tone changes.
And let me just say this. There will be my parting comments. Part of what we do on a show is in the interest of our country. There's no hate or any ill will towards Mr. George Weah or Mr. Joseph Boyka. I've met Vice President Boyka. I've had esteemed respect for the old man. I just have some minor contradictions in where the old man is going about his bid for president. I've expressed it here on the show publicly. So every morning I will come, even when the old man is making meaningful efforts, every morning I will come and be expressing no seeing concern that I've expressed a couple of months ago. I don't think it'll be fair to the discourse. I have expressed my concern with Joseph Weah. I have said how I think, you know, he didn't make a very good decision with picking Jeremiah Kun, but it's water under the bridge. I am not the one running for president. It's Joseph Weah who is running for president. It's Joseph Weah who is running for president. I am not the one running for president. I can only advise. Again, I'm a private citizen. If Weah like, he listen. If not, it's up to him. He's the one on the ballot for president. Every time I come on the show, I criticize the Unity Party people about being politically prepared, political preparedness. I always talk about that. If the people want to steal election from you, what will you do? How will you mobilize your people? So I don't have any mileage against Joe Weah. In fact, we have entrusted the state recently to Mr. Weah in 6 years. And what we have seen is the full-scale plundering and looting of the state under Mr. George Weah. I support Councillor Tion Gongolo for president. We are making the case everywhere for Gongolo to be president. If Gongolo comes to power, he behaves the same, we will criticize him. But I support Gongolo. If the Liberian people narrow down to Joseph Weah and George Weah, even with my criticism with Joseph Weah, I think giving the old man the chance to put the country in the proper trajectory will be one of the things I will do. And I've said that publicly. As of now, I support Gongolo. And I don't mince my words about it. I can go to bed and I don't even need to think about who I'm going to support, because I know Councillor Tion Gongolo is a man of impeccable character. I know he will build a unified country. He will unite our people. He will not sound like Prince Johnson who said La Nimba time to win. He will talk about unifying our people. He will talk about the culture of impunity. He will talk about security sector, reforming the judiciary system. How can we attract foreign direct investment into the country? These are the kind of things that Gongolo will be saying. We have a very humble, well-educated vice presidential candidate, Brother Yakmawolo. Again, I don't hate Joe Weah. So if you expect me to come on the show every day and be beating on Joe Weah, I will not do that. But if Joe Weah gets on the radar, like the way the last time he got on the radar, when the Unity Party people did not inform the public about the well-being of the vice president, we will come in and criticize him. Joseph Weah is not running for chief of FOIA. He's running to be president of the country. So if he leaves the country, the public should know every step of the way. If he cuts off his campaign abruptly, there shouldn't be two theory in the public about his whereabouts, whether he fled the country on personal business trip or he went on medical issue. That is none of our concern. Our concern is that the Unity Party campaign should communicate with the public about the whereabouts of the presidential candidate or the major opposition leader. So I don't hate Joe Weah. So some of you who think that I will come here every day and lambast Uncle Joe, I will not do that. But if he gets on the radar, like the recording that we played the last time about Prince Johnson talking about some of the reasons why some of us we are not supporting them today, that they want to come to power, exploiting and hiding beyond the age nature of Joe Weah to bring Jeremiah Kun, a buffoon, to the presidency, we will not be a part of that. Then we will stay on the side of history and say we want some of our people, but they don't listen to us. So it's all love. I don't hold any ill will towards anybody. There's the Costa Show. Can't hold our tongue. We say it as it is. Even on this platform, we have criticized Henry Costa, and I have said, some of the danger that Costa did was to tell the Liberian people whoever Joe Weah picks. That was very dangerous. In politics, you don't do that. You give your political leader blank check. Some of you want Joseph Weah to come to power. You are not asking him how he will face the country, how he will rescue the country. He just tell you that the other post stealing, but he needs to address these concerns. Liberians, we have a way of giving our leaders blank check. When they come to power, then we expect them to wave a magic wand. What did he tell you that he would do before he became president? The senior day with Joe Weah. Joe Weah never attended a single presidential debate. Every time they held debate in the country, Joe Weah on the plane traveling. You make him president, you expect that he will do this and that for you. And that's why he's saying booming. He don't care about your feelings. You remember when the people were booing him? He said, listen, I don't care about your feelings. That's why he told them. He don't care about your feelings. So Liberians, you have an opportunity in 36 days from now. Write your own history. If you like, give the country to Mr. Joseph Weah. But Weah should not be an option. If you like, Give the country to Brother Gonglo. If you like, Mr. Cummings wants to be president. Write your own history. It's your children that will go to bed with no food. Women will be exposed on the farms. No maternal health care facilities. Our fathers will be left with no better and decent living for them. Policemen will stay in the street again and go home with no hope. Civil servants will not get paid on time. Think about the future of your country and the destiny of where we want this country to go. Thank you, Buaka, and bye-bye.
Okay, Darlington, thank you so much for wrapping it from your end. So, folks, this is how we come to the climax of today's edition of the show. Join us tomorrow. We'll be back here for a brand new edition. Darlington have said it all. I don't have nothing much to add. Just join us tomorrow. We'll be here with a brand new edition. Buakai Amara Kamara is my name. Up until tomorrow is bye-bye from our end this morning.